This Saturday, the Oakland Spiders and Seattle Cascades are ready to compete in the UFA playoffs. Winner advances to Salt Lake City for the West Division title game. Opening poll set for 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific, as the Spiders and Cascades square off live on WatchUFA.tv.
Good evening, UFA fans. I'm Zigno Zag.
I'm Charlie Mercer.
And welcome to Seattle, Washington. Occupied Duwamish territory here, and we got a nice game set up for you guys. We have the home Seattle Cascades taking on the visiting Oakland Spiders as they're embarking on the I-5 two-step. They played Portland yesterday, and now they're up here in Seattle. It's currently 80-something degrees up here. Not like what we're used to, but it's been nice, and I can't complain. How you doing, Charlie?
Doing great. Stoked for the second game of this home doubleheader. We just witnessed a Western Ultimate League game against the Utah Wild and the Seattle Tempest. Utah Wild beat Tempest by 2 points, and that was a nail-biter. Those two teams are fighting for the last spot for championship weekend, fighting for the playoffs, just like these Oakland Spiders and the Seattle Cascades are really. This game is about positioning yourself for who is going to be the number, honestly, if we're real talking here, who's going to be the number 3 in the league, right? There are a lot of assumptions that that Salt Lake will take the number 1 spot and Colorado will take the number 2 spot. Neither Oakland nor Cascades have tested themselves against those teams yet, but both teams are 2-1. Oakland are coming off of their win against Portland last night. They were up by a significant margin for much of the game. We're going to pause momentarily for our national anthem, and then we'll come back to the game.
This Saturday, the Oakland Spiders and Seattle Cascades are ready to compete in the UFA playoffs. Winner advances to Salt Lake City for the West Division title game. Opening poll set for 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific, as the Spiders and Cascades square off live on WatchUFA.tv.
You'll continue to hear the anthem playing in the background as we continue to talk about the impact of this game. So Oakland was up for much of the game, firmly in control of the game. Had a really strong second and third quarter. And then that pesky fourth quarter happened, and they let up off the gas. Their focus waned, and Nitro was able to come back. And so that game, instead of being up by 6, all of a sudden, Oakland only won by 1 point, 21-20. And so, for Oakland's keys to the game, they're really looking to focus on their fundamentals. They are looking, playing, what is it that they have to do, and getting back to those fundamentals. Focusing on protecting the up line, focusing on protecting the under, and forcing the around. They are looking to make sure they play smarter person defense. Oakland's really known for throwing a lot of different junks and some switches and kind of being creative with their defensive sets, but refocusing on playing tight person defense and looking at and being opportune about when they do that, and to play their game. Co-head coach Nancy Freitas said before the game that they were excited to come up here as the second step of their Northwest road trip to be able to show that they can grit it out for a full game instead of losing focus at the end of the fourth quarter like they did against Portland.
For sure, Oakland has a lot to prove here this season. So does Seattle. As the crowd trickles in here, how about the keys? How about the keys for Seattle?
Yeah, our keys to the game for Seattle. Key number 1 is they're playing with adaptability. Again, because Oakland throws so many different types of D, that they need to be able to adapt to whatever is happening in that given moment. And second key for Seattle is that, there are a lot of expectation around the Seattle roster. They brought in a lot of talent building on what they had last year. And so they're still trying to create their identity. And with that, there is this expectation. And so they don't want to play like they're entitled. They want to earn everything. That every time they step on the field, they have to continue to earn their spot on the roster week to week. They have to continue to earn every win. Every moment is earned. And their defensive pressure has really been what's giving them these wins. And so continuing to emphasize that tight person defense and that defensive pressure will be critical to Seattle's success in this game.
As we see Mark Munoz right there giving some energy early. This will be his home debut. We have a couple faces from Seattle making their debut tonight. We got Mark Munoz, Ian Sweeney,
Louis Bertosen, and Jack Brown.
Oh yeah. So some familiar faces, some new faces, mixing it up in the Seattle environment here. Should be a good one, folks. We're just moments away from the first pull. Teams are huddling up one more time. Again, I'm Zigno Zag.
I'm Charlie Mercer.
And yeah, I'm excited here.
Yeah, I think that Oakland is still kind of reeling to some degree from their loss to Seattle. And Oakland has a lot to prove. Last weekend on Seattle's away trip, Oakland lost to Seattle at home. And so Oakland is like, hey, you did it to us. Now we want to do that to you. We want to come up into your home turf, and we want to win. And again, these two teams are really jockeying for that third spot. And so, yes, standings matter for who gets to advance, but it's also an energy of like, can Seattle pull it off? Can they continue to earn the expectations and the swirl around, ooh, how good is this roster gonna be? And Oakland is also trying to prove, they have their full roster. They are sad that they can only bring 20-odd players on these away weekends. They want to be able to roster everyone. And on this away trip, sometimes people take these sort of straggle, meh rosters on the away trips. That is not the case for Oakland. They have the team that they want to have. And so we should have a really strong performance. We have a really complete roster from Seattle, missing Khalif El-Salam, big difference maker. However, we have really everyone else for Seattle, and we have a really full Oakland roster. And so this is going to be a true test of these two teams and how they match up against each other.
Well said.
What are you looking forward to this game, Zig?
Yeah, I think both teams really coming into their own in the early part of the season. I just want to see some gel here from Seattle at home. Using this crowd's energy. It's a nice day, not a wet and cold one, as per usual. So we'll see if it gives them energy or if they come out flat. And Oakland, second game of the back-to-back. I want to see if they were just looking forward to this game is why they had that little lull against Portland yesterday, or if it's something to write home about. But yeah, everything you said, everything I said, we're on the line. It's sunny. Occupied Duwamish territory, all the way down to occupied Ohlone.
That's if they're listening in from the Bay Area, that's where they'll be?
Yes.
Awesome. We are here at Memorial Stadium in downtown Seattle. Cascades starting on defense, so we get to take a first look at Oakland's O-line. Tight defensive pressure from Seattle from the get-go.
Long, looking for an option, floats it. A little contact not called. Oh my gosh, another one. Callahan, right off the rip. Seattle. Woo.
Well, you wanted to know what version of Seattle is going to be out here.
Wow.
They showing up.
Tony, oh my gosh. A little conversation will be had with the observers here. There was some contact. Not called. Called a goal.
Tony Goss is just such a monster. It's incredible that he's gotten here. This is the 4th game of the season, and he's already multiple Callahan's in. Understands the assignment.
Must have a coupon or something.
Defensive pressure, yes, please.
Good pull here from Seattle. That's been a highlight of their season so far as well.
The Seattle home commentators heckled them enough into practicing it.
Oh, that's a goal. It's a track race. Dom Jacobs.
You can't beat Jacobs in a track race.
Wins the event. Sheesh. Seattle with another break opportunity here early. Not even a minute into the game. Seattle looking to go up 2. Cedar Hines. Spectacular rookie. Lets one go. Dom Jacobs. Get your library card out, because that's some bookends. Dom Jacobs, 55. That's a dime.
Cedar Hines, practice player last year, played himself into a roster spot this year, just making a really big difference. Dom Jacobs, returning Cascades player. His speed is unmatched. His ups for his height, incredible. Oh, yeah. I really appreciate, and you'll see it on this replay, Jacobs checking the field as he's running down. He knows that he can run down the disc, and so he checks over his shoulder to see who's around him. Does he have to change path in order to be able to box a player out? You know, and there we go. Yeah, and Jacobs knows that he can get that disc, close that goal.
For sure. Excellent body awareness, body control. That roll, unable to make it in bounds. A little mishap here from Seattle. We'll see if it matters. Centering the disc here. Attacks it with the shimmy. Puts it on a platter. Still on this side. Oh. Here's Ian Sweeney. Up to Worthington. Now Dean. Puts one into space. Tony Goss in front. Sandwich. Unable to come down.
That's
Oakland.
Not the best choice.
Able to get it over here into the shadows, which is something that might cause a factor here later on down the game. As there's more and more light, Cedar Hines gets a finger on it. That's a stat. Ian Sweeney picking up the disc for Seattle. Looking to go up 3-0. Worthington keeps it moving. Now with Hines. Dean. Also a rookie for Seattle. Sweeney hawks it down. Smoothly gets it over to Ambrose. Ambrose around, toes it in. Jonah. Mikey O'Brien in the end zone for Seattle. That's another break. Seattle cascading early.
3 points, 3 breaks. Seattle is rolling. Thinking about the coaching here, we are missing head coach Jesse Bolton for the Seattle Cascades this weekend. So they have Coach Kelly Johnson and Casey Ikeda. Casey has more of a defensive focus and Kelly has more of an offensive focus. And when I was talking to her before the game, she was thinking about, what are going to be some of the handler sets that we're going to use for Seattle as the season goes on. I think that'll be an interesting thing for us to watch as over the course of this game.
Justin Lim, aka Jim. This Oakland O-line looking to weather the storm here and get on the board. Itai Chang swings it. Rosenthal connects. Back to Jim. Woo, up the line. Back to Aaron Rosenthal. Oakland gets on the board.
Clean offensive hold for Oakland. Those are the fundamentals that Nancy Freitas was talking about before the game, that they need to be able to hit open players, complete passes, smooth offense.
For sure.
Spiders really, winning their matchups on the open side, not having to break the mark, just able to move it up the open sideline.
Good pull here, great loft. Finally, the O-line is out there. Foster. Over to Lofink. Leaves it up for Lee. Shimmy combo. Ronig is there. Flash double. No problem. Gets it through. Now Morad. Tommy Lee to Garrett Martin in the end zone. Seattle with a clean hold.
First look at the Seattle O-line for the evening. Really strong performance. Players playing their role. They were able to move the disc laterally to open up the space downfield, taking the shots that were open.
I really saw the communication between Martin and Lee there, really picking their spots. No, you go. You have a better go at it. You got it. I'll just go score.
Martin second in the league right now in terms of goals. That puts him with the goal right there. That puts him at 13 goals scored. And you know who's he's trailing?
Who?
Ronig.
Yeah. To Seattle. Top of the leaderboards. Tommy Lynn with another great chase down. Lynn and Goss working good pair doing that this season. Here's a Spiders O-line. Frankenberg gets it back. Sides to swing. Thorne completes it to him. They're playing with 3 right now. Maxig. A familiar face for Oakland. Connects downfield. Is Valley. Smooth connection there. Now attacking the break side. Long goes up, called not in. Oh, you forgot something.
The Oakland offense there was really collapsing in on itself, all occupying the same portion of the field instead of spreading out to be able to open up better throwing angles. And I think that that's what forced that small window, because there weren't really better options because the Oakland players weren't cutting to space. And that's distinct from what the Cascades are doing here, where they are using more of the field, which opens up the space for them to cut to.
Tommy Lynn dumps it to Goss. Seattle thinking break here. with no mark. Takes his time. Centers it to Dean. Ambrose. Connects. O'Brien over the top. Connects to Aaron Wolf. Seattle with another break. Now up 3.
Seattle's coming out on fire. Really showing that key to the game that everything is earned. You have to use that defensive pressure to get the block.
Love a lefty hammer.
This Cascades roster has the potential to be something really special this year. There's some increasing hype around them. And the way that they are playing right now, they are showing that they deserve the hype that they are getting.
I think coming into the season, it was very, very internal, the hype. And as we're progressing through the season, it's becoming more and more external. And here comes the Spiders looking to respond. Chang puts it on a rope. Oh no. The tightrope was pretty loose. Squeaks it through to Munoz.
Skates are happy to have Munoz back.
Wow. Cedar Hines put his body on the line. Itai Chang needs an option. Finds one. Sends it deep. Lofink in pursuit. Body to body. Gets the stat. Spencer Lofink with great close in there.
Having tall handlers is so critical, and that's the role that Lofink fills, right? He's back there, can guard cutters, and then can immediately pick up the disc and get it moving.
Leahy dumps it off. Timeout called by Seattle. Calling their first timeout of the half.
In the UFA rule set, when a timeout is called, you can sub all of the players on the line. So we see Kelly Johnson coaching, stepping in as that sort of the head coach with Jesse gone, and calling that timeout, putting in the O-line so they can go ahead and seal that deal. Lofink notably will stay on, having been pulled over to the D-line to help their offense, but also resuming his sort of traditional place on this as an offensive handler.
If they're straight doubles, we want to just...
I believe the score is 1-4. 1-5. So there's a bit of discrepancy, but we'll get it situated, or it'll fix itself. But yeah, I think a great called timeout. You want to keep your momentum going. You don't want to fumble next to your own end zone. Morad bursts through, gets the disc. Sends it, high stall count. Jack Brown. Oh my goodness. From the canopy, drops it off to Garrett Martin. Welcome back, Jack.
Garrett Martin, 14 goals, closing in on Roddick's 15.
Yeah, Zep's got to get in the end zone here. He's on his heels. But Jack Brown, oh my goodness. Hey. I got to see that. Here we go. Morad, high stall count, just lets it rip. Beyblade.
When you have Jack Brown back there.
What is that, brother? Nice.
When I was talking to Johnson before the game, she was saying how, you have these players like Mikey O'Brien who have been relative no-names, and so players don't have a game, or teams don't have a game plan against them. And I think that because this is Jack Brown's first game, Oakland maybe doesn't realize how good Jack Brown is, and so they haven't set up a game plan to shut down Jack Brown. So in his season debut, has been playing for the UFA for a long time, but in his season debut is poised to have a really big game if Oakland is underestimating what he can contribute.
Yeah, was not there on the Oakland trip. Ooh, Tommy Lynn leaves his feet. Connects on the under, pushes it downfield. Oakland responds, puts their second point on the board. Dylan Burns scores for Oakland.
Score is now 2-6 with about 3.5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Sorry, 6-2. Cascades are leading against Oakland.
3 breaks to start. Seattle O-line back out there. Dylan Burns trying to hype his sideline up. One more song, thanks for the memories. Pull goes up. Oh, got him. Buries him deep in their own end zone. We'll see how Seattle responds to this pressure. In deep Callahan territory. Breaks through it. Ooh, I thought that was going up to Ronick. Jack Brown holsters. Morad thought about it, thinks better of it. Big gainer to Tommy Lee. Around to Foster. Lofink. Nice little blade thing. No call. Play continues. Oakland with a chance to get their first break of the game. Timeout called by the coach.
Tommy Lee is going to be unhappy about that no call. He clearly felt like there was contact on that throw that impacted that, you know, the Oakland player hit hand instead of hitting disc. And the referees make the calls. So he has has to yield to what the referees say, or don't say in this case.
Yeah. You can definitely observe the frustration there.
This is an important opportunity for Oakland. This would be a chance to take their first break of the game. Again, Seattle is leading 6-2 right now with 2.5 minutes left in the first quarter.
Sends it instantly. Ooh, that's a good meeting in the end zone, but coming down with it is Jason Valley. Oakland gets their first break.
Clearly a drawn-up play, done to perfection. Put in a big thrower, put in a big receiver. Ready, set, ka-ching!
Oh yeah.
First break of the game for Oakland. Credit to the timeout call. So in this first quarter, both teams have used their first timeout.
Ooh, the slow-mo.
Post-rising Shane Worthington.
That will happen.
You're getting a shot of that Seattle home crowd.
Nice looping, outside in pull. Lofink, no fear, catches it. Around to Foster. Ronick on the sideline. Up to Jack Brown. Across the field. Tommy Lee running out of space. Ooh. Too much vision. Not enough reality there.
I think that's on Lee. I think Lee could have caught that sooner and was trying to milk it, and if he'd taken a different angle, could have kept that in bounds.
Around. Vickers Batzdorf in his own end zone. Gets it off. Connecting. Now Chang. A stall called.
Roddick trying to take the disc from the Oakland player.
Yeah. This ain't the debate club. Let's get it moving. Foster.
Nice little move to get open there by Foster.
Cooler heads will prevail here. Up to Ronig. Whew. Now Morad. Spencer loafing, comes down with it from Garrett Martin. Seattle holds.
That was an important hold in response to Oakland. You know, Oakland gets their first break of the game. You know, can Seattle respond? Can that O-line come back out and say, that's fine, we understand what's happening? And Cascades understood the assignment and were able to close that out with, you know, patient offense that utilized the full depth of their roster. Whether it's the little insides or this big, you know, the around throw from Martin to Loping.
Worthington on the pull. Up to Lung. Ooh, through the two. Max Williams comes down with it, but turns it over. Jasper Dean, Scooby snacks it over. Tony Goss.
Stall calls, gives the disc back to Oakland. Violation called. So we are getting 7 seconds back on the clock. So we are at this situation, we are at the end of the first quarter. So remember that the disc is not in the air. The clock goes 0, play will be over. So Oakland is really looking like, what do I need to do? 7 seconds to score. You can, if we pan out a little bit, you can see we have a lot of Cascades and Spiders posted up in the end zone awaiting what is expected to be a big throw. We're waiting for the on-field game board to post the 7 seconds so that the players on the field can be aware of the clock, because this clock management portion is so critical. So that is reason for our delay right now. Tommy Lynn on the mark, really ramping up for that big, strong mark. You can see him going into a superhero pose.
Jason Valley, up to Lung. Hammer goes up. Jasper Dean knocks it down.
End of the first quarter. Seattle up 7-3.
Home cooking.
It's a really strong statement first quarter from the Cascades. Spiders were hoping to come out with the focus and intensity that they had in the second and third quarter of their Portland game, but that is not what's been on display here. let's see what we can come back with in the second quarter.
This Saturday, the Oakland Spiders and Seattle Cascades are ready to compete in the UFA playoffs. Winner advances to Salt Lake City for the West Division title game. Opening poll set for 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific, as the Spiders and Cascades square off live on WatchUFA.tv.
Welcome back, welcome back. Quarter 2 coming at you soon. How's it going, Charlie?
We got a bunch of calls, bunch of plays. We got stuff going all over the place. You can see on the field, Cascades coach Kelly Johnson talking to the referees. Appreciation to the referees. Reffing this game, we have head coach John Bartlett with Terrence Southard and Jenna Haymaker and Jean Shu as our referees. So appreciation to these referees working this game.
It's a hard hat to wear.
Concerns about the clock that is up on the scoreboard are impeding the beginning of this quarter. You can see Eli Kearns with the disc ready to pull. Eli Kearns, Team USA player. Big playmaker for the Spiders with this opening pull for the second quarter. Starting on D after being down 4 is not how Spiders want to be coming into this game. You can see on your screen the increasing shade that is coming across this field. This is one of the nuances of playing at Memorial Stadium. Because of the sun angle and where the trees are, as the sun is setting, we're getting more and more of the field that will be covered with the trees. And so portions of the field are still very sunny and very bright, and portions of the field are very shady. And so this will impact the players as they're switching from light to dark in what they can see visually as they're looking to catch the disc.
Garrett Martin, big swing around. Foster, almost lost it in that shade. Now to Lofink. Good chase down attempt there by Laurie. But the hammer goes awry. Can't connect to Tommy Lee. Oakland with another break chance here.
Lofink knowing that was not the right move. He needs to throw a higher possession throw.
Wrong tool in the kit there. Kearns completes. RVB. Garrett Martin lays out for the stat. Now Seattle with another chance at it. This is Morad. Back and forth we go. Oakland picks it up. Has someone streaking. Lets it go. Not in.
This is a break opportunity.
Bowman gets it right back.
Starting off the quarter with a break, Oakland now only down by 3.
Berriman gets the goal for Oakland.
They're riding the boat together.
Row your boat. Cuts the lead down to 3.
10 minutes left in the second quarter. I appreciate the poise, waiting for the right throw to come.
They say good things come to those who wait.
Nice little left-handed toss. Opportunity for Spiders to break again.
Sawyer Thompson on the pull, lands in bounds.
Pinning Seattle on the back line. It's a good way to start. But the Spiders lagging to get down there, sort of ruining that opportunity to put on a lot of pressure in the end zone.
It's getting chippy. Better get some salsa.
Push foul called against the Cascades. Rightly so.
Sweeney gets technical and puts it on a rope. Here comes Garrett Martin in the deep space. Boxing out. Excellently done. Needs an option. Foster finds Sweeney for a goal for Seattle. A lot happened right there.
Garrett Martin's probably mad that he didn't get that goal stat. The composition of the Seattle O-line has changed in this quarter. So we see Sweeney coming over and immediately making an impact. You know, Sweeney faked the big backhand and then put the forehand. Martin did a great job driving the defender out of the way, making an easy catch for him. Oakland did a great job with the double team, creating a really high stall count opportunity. Martin finding Foster for the quick reset, and then Sweeney for that goal. Sweeney coming over from the Portland Nitro, having moved up to the Seattle area. It's one of those critical off-season signings for the Cascades.
Yeah, sure, big body. That was Gavin Leahy on the pull. Oakland needs to not let their frustration affect their play as they look to answer here on offense. This is long. Lets it go. Comes out low, but stays high. Dylan Burns with a huge gainer there. The dips and valleys, sends it up. Max Williams in the end zone. Oakland responds. Come on, be real.
Max Williams, fourth on the team in terms of points played so far for the Spiders. Big contributor for them. Doing a lot of work here. This is the offensive patience and the return to fundamentals that the Spiders need. Executing on their game plan is what's going to get them back in this game. We are now in what we expect. We see the teams trading. There might be an occasional break, but Oakland is starting to right the ship.
Connects to Martin. Now Brown. Big dump to Foster. Leaves it up high. Ronnick tips it over. Morad collects.
Great backup by Morad.
Zeppelin. Morad with nobody on him. Martin surveys. Oof. The turf monster 8.
Yeah, Martin clearly thought Lofink was driving more forward, whereas Lofink was trying to stay back to make it an easier throw for him.
Here goes Oakland's chance to cut it to 2. Bruman connects downfield. Bowman around. Kearns. Malenfant. Oakland looking good here. Looking to punch in this break. Knocking on the doorstep. Who is it? It's the Spiders.
That's a break!
Some energy showing from the guys in white here.
You can hear them.
Yeah.
You can hear them yelling on the field, "We're not tired." You know, thinking about second game of a 2-game away streak. It's hot. We're on turf. It's sunny.
Just got to keep swimming.
Keep grinding. Spiders doing a great job pumping themselves up, bringing the energy internally with that internal focus.
Shout out our camera crew. Sarah out there working.
If you look at the body language of this Cascades O-line, they're like, so it's a bit down. And you can see bringing in some other players, right?
Ooh.
Shane Worthington coming over. Jack Brown.
Deep in their own end zone. Yeah. Gets the foul. 10 for yards. We'll take it. Munoz taps it in. Big step around. Foster keeps it in. Has D Brown in deep space. Elects not to. Wolf. Ooh, high pressure right there.
Bruner with the layout block there. Foul called, so Oakland keeps possession.
Rosenthal walks it up into a double. Seattle over the top. Justin Lim in the end zone. Snapping to a Slim Jim.
Lim, a Seattle youth product, Seattle native.
I can't hear you.
Has been in the Bay. There's a little bit of a smack talk.
Oh yeah.
Some pride against his Seattle hometown. Hey look, I still got it.
Remember me?
Really trying to show Munoz the disc.
Big smiles there. But yeah, frustrations mounting and people responding. This is what we came to see.
Spiders really cleaning their game up and executing on the game plan, going back to fundamentals as their source of success.
We'll see if this energy is sustainable here for Oakland.
We do have a handful of Oakland fans over here that are cheering them on.
It's the limbs.
Timeout called. Johnson really wanting to talk to this Cascades O roster of like, hey, you got this. We believe in you. We're still up. We're only up by 1 now. Score is 8-7 Seattle. But we're still up. Patience, possess, take the shots that are open. And again, we have to be adaptable.
Keys to the game there. Oh my goodness. Seattle is letting Oakland pin them deep.
The double team on the back end zone line. Great work by Oakland.
Spencer Lofink. In his own end zone. Blades to Morad. This double is following. Oh my goodness. Oakland forces a stall. Oakland's gonna have it at the front cone.
The Skates handlers aren't playing with urgency. When you are trapped in the back of your end zone like that, you have to move the ball quickly. Let's see if Spiders can capitalize here.
Bowman facing a big double team here with Dean and Lofink. Scuba over the top. Can't find him over the canopies. Derek Morad.
Gets to walk it up to the front of the end zone this time.
Let's try this again.
Still a double team.
The physicality is ratcheting up. Steps through. Jasper Dean.
Squinting into the sun.
Oh. Just over the hands of Bowman. Tommy Lee says enough of this. Hammers it away. Spencer Lofink has Zeppelin Ronin going deep. Backhand spin spike from Zeppelin Ronig. Rock out.
UFA league leader, Zeppelin Ronig. 16 goals now.
And counting.
Made possible by this crossfield hammer from Tommy Lee.
Enough of this.
Lofink seeing that Ronig had separation. Trust that he can close out.
Jonah Malenfant with the bid attempt there. Look at him. It's like, huh?
Number 2, we have 2 of the top 5 on the Seattle Cascades. Zeppelin Ronig and Garrett Martin really are in the hunt for who can have the most goals. Their biggest competition, each other.
Numbers. As that sails just barely out of bounds, Oakland will get favorable field position here. Looking to stay within 1. Down 2 now. Long walks it up to the 30. Valley streaking, doesn't get looked at. Magsig gets it back. Oh, ankle biter. Jason Valley. Frankenberg connects.
Spiders really using their inside slicing throws to gain yards right here.
Oh, sliced it a little too thin there. Worthington.
Worthington wants to know where that call is. Feels like he just got smashed. Spiders taking advantage of their offensive opportunity, moving the ball.
A timeout called here. Worthington having a discussion, thinking maybe an integrity should have been called, but nonetheless, Oakland with a break opportunity, or with another opportunity to hammer this one home. Down 2 right now.
So at this point, there are no timeouts remaining from either team. We have just over 2 minutes left in the half. Both teams have used both of their timeouts. And at poignant moments to close this gap as we head into the halftime would be clutch for Oakland.
For sure. The end, I'll harp on it every game. The end of quarters, like building momentum into the next, is so important.
Well, and it creates these invisible breaks because you're alternating who's starting on offense and who's starting on defense for each quarter.
For sure.
And so you can win the last point and start on offense the next quarter. You do get a sort of invisible break.
Magsig and Frankenberg play catch. Sweeney in the backfield. Good roll. Oh. Too much roll. Ooh, really attacking this inside here. Now open. Leaves it out there. Cedar Hines giving chase. Unable to get there. Jake Thorne in the end zone for Oakland. Spiders within 1.
Jake Thorne had a game and a half against Portland yesterday. So he's been relatively quiet thus far, but absolutely keep an eye on Thorne. He's likely to do big things this game. That give-go motion, right? Passing it off, driving up line.
Oh, yeah.
Great work by Thorn.
Little Thorn in the side.
Har har.
Thank you. Okay, 1:42 on the clock. Another looping pull to the back as you're staring into the sun. Morad gets a finger on it. Still in the end zone. Not in the back though. Lofink lofts it around. Martin with no mark. Over the outstretched arms of Ronig. Trying to switch the field. Shot goes up. Sawyer Thompson collects it, and Oakland ties it up with just over a minute remaining. Wow. Oakland making a statement here.
I hope we get a replay of the Ronig miss as well as the assist to the goal. So as we see, Martin over here doesn't have a lot of options, puts it cross field to Ronig, but it's Kern who's on Ronig's heel that forces Ronig to have to go up early, and so that it goes over his head, and Kearns has the wherewithal to pick up the disc immediately and sees the Spiders player streaking to go tie up this game.
Woo. Back and forth we go. Expected nothing less from this matchup, given what happened last year.
Cascades winning the first quarter, Spiders winning the second quarter.
Wolf. Now Sweeney. Insta hammer. Tommy Lee tries to dig it out, but uh-oh. Creeping to 30 seconds remaining. Oakland with a chance to take the lead. This is not what you want heading into halftime for Seattle.
Right now it's looking like Seattle played the doubleheader. They're dragging.
Jab, jab. Here comes the haymaker. Uh-oh.
Oakland rushing the field. Oakland with the lead and the break.
Wyatt Berriman gives Oakland the lead. Wow.
So Oakland is now up 10-9.
Falling asleep at the wheel. Seattle has to wake up. "12 seconds.
Berriman did a great job gaining separation.
Oh yeah. Oakland has Seattle in their web right now.
They're pulling the strings tighter.
Oh yeah.
It's cutting off the circulation. It's a good thing we're heading into halftime right now. It'll give
Oakland really pinning Seattle in this corner, using the sun to their advantage. Wow. Oh, Jasper Dean. Now over to Foster. Foster lets it go. Hoping it to make the end zone. Doesn't look like it has enough. Oh, it's sailing. Not in the end zone. Jasper Dean comes down with it. And Oakland will take the 1-point lead heading into halftime.
What an intense first half.
Woo.
Each team putting themselves out there. It's really been a game of momentum so far. Each team winning a quarter. Each coaching pair fighting for the better timeout call at the most critical time. What teams are we going to see coming out in the second half? Which versions of these rosters? They know what's at stake here. Do you know what's at stake here? Coming back in about 10 minutes.
Saturday, the Oakland Spiders and Seattle Cascades are ready to compete in the UFA playoffs. Winner advances to Salt Lake City for the West Division title game. Opening poll set for 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific, as the Spiders and Cascades square off live on WatchUFA.tv.
Welcome back, welcome back. Second half action here. We have Seattle down by 1 at home to Oakland.
Which team is going to show up? That's going to be the difference maker. Both of these teams are playoff contenders. Both of these teams are capable of executing with precision, and both of these teams are capable of dropping stupid passes. Which version of each of these teams is going to show up in the second half of this game? Spiders, second game of a doubleheader. They looked tired. They found the energy. They came out hard.
Oh, yeah.
Seattle came out hard and then started playing like they had it in the bag. And they just relaxed. They lost their focus as Oakland is gaining their focus.
For sure. Back and forth we go. The second half should be pretty exciting. They got a little chippy there for a moment. We'll see who has the cooler head here to start the second half. As Shane Worthington sends us into... Wow, what a loft there. Will it stay in bounds? Yes, it will. Wow. Goss and Lynn are there. But good shimmy. Keeping it in bounds. Frankenberg. Ooh, pressure on the throw. Lung secures it. Oh, back-to-back bids. Seattle. Using some juice here. Let's see if they can produce that turn. Magzig gets it off. Back on this side now. Thorne gets it off. The Valley.
Travel called.
Travel called. Having to back it up. Ten yards. Called in. Around. Magzig hits it in the end zone. Frankenberg collects it for Oakland. Their lead now is 2.
Frankenberg, another Seattle youth individual. Started playing in Seattle, went to school at Middlebury, now in the Bay Area as a software engineer.
Nice. From the sea to the Bay. What can you say?
Seattle ramping up the defensive pressure here, and Oakland responding with their fundamentals. Catching and throwing, executing, using the open space is what led to that solid offensive possession.
Looks like a bit breezy in this part of the field here. I see the flags on the opposite side dancing a little bit. We'll see if there's any play there. Around to Lofink. Now Lee. Hammers up line. Foster.
He's thinking about it.
Oh. Now Morad. Bronick. Puts it in between. Out of bounds. Not the shot they were looking for. Oakland with another chance. Sends it. Garrett Martin with another stat.
Spiders doing a really great job forcing Ronig under.
Ooh, low fink to Lee. Seattle calms it down. Back down within 1 now.
This speaks to the adaptability as one of the Cascades keys to the game. you know, as the Spiders are continually forcing Ronig under, not letting him go deep, it's opening up more space for Martin to go deep. It's opening space for other O-line cutters like Brown, or in this case, Tommy Lee, to hit that deep space to score those goals. It's forcing the Cascades to be more adaptable, to take what the players are, what the defense is giving them.
Totally.
Something that the Cascades coaches are focused on is like finding the strengths of each of those individual players and how do you fill them into their roles quickly such that they can be successful and help support them and support their development in that. But the complex, like the other side of that is when you have a team like Oakland with really strong coaching staff, they're doing similar things. When they've identified the strength of the Cascades players, they're coming up with defensive structures to shut down those strengths. So you have to play those like secondary skill sets. It's a whole chess match.
Here comes the en passant.
Sometimes it's a foot race, like now.
Ooh. Good jostling battle in the back of the end zone there. No foul called.
Valley thinks there should have been a foul called there.
Leahy connects. High school teammates there. Push pass to Munoz, unable to collect. Magsig picks up with a chance to answer. Oh, hit the shift key. Jake Thorne with another one. Oakland back up 2.
Another one for Jake Thorne. There's the small traveling contingent cheering on Oakland. Again with those slicing insides.
Well, we didn't get to see the cut there, but the cut got him open. All the supporters in the sun.
This is Educator Appreciation Night here at Seattle Stadium, at Memorial Stadium in Seattle. So shout out to all of the educators that are in the stands. We appreciate the impact that you have.
Foster. Oh. Almost got peeled off. Hammer across. Jack Brown. Lets it rip. Garrett Martin giving chase. Little float. Garrett Martin. Top of the head. Ooh.
The cheeky celebration by Martin there.
Yeah, combos.
Garrett Martin, 15 goals.
That's the second time that Tommy Lee has hammered them out of a tricky situation.
I was thinking that too.
Oh yeah.
Those cross-field hammers from Tommy Lee are really opening up that field. And if you leave Jack Brown just unmarked, it's a beautiful throw. Martin did a great job reading it.
Inches another goal closer to Zeppelin.
He gets one more, they'll be tied. And again, you know, Zeppelin's not adding to his stats this game because the Spiders are doing such a great job forcing him under. They're not giving him that deep space. Cascades trying the double team, coming in off the sideline.
Hammer over the top. Ambrose leaves his feet. Oh my goodness. Oakland with the numbers now. Walking it up this sideline. Now swinging. Magsig up to Valley. Back to the middle. Burns leaves it over the top. Frankenberg with another one.
Ambrose averaged over a block a game in 2023 with the Aviators. Hasn't gotten a block yet this game. Was trying in that bid attempt on the hammer.
It's about as close as you can get on it though.
Burns playing really fundamental ultimate to Frankenberg. Looking to use the break side of the field. Spiders have really successfully gone back to their fundamentals, and that is what's driving their success here.
Big pull here. Lofink, fearless, catches it. Morad, good step around. Now JB.
Spiders doing a great job clogging up the middle of the field.
Need some Drano. Now Lofink. Foster has Jack Brown going. Jack Brown with the clap catch. Seattle answers quickly. Yeah.
Jack Brown in his season debut having an impact, you know, for the last offensive possession for Cascades through the big hook here, catching it.
Also a great shot right there off the sideline.
And again, because Oakland is clogging up the middle of the field, it's what's forcing the Cascades to move the disc laterally here, run these resets, and where they're gaining yards is down this sideline. So you can see Foster's throwing this down the sideline to Jack Brown. And Jack Brown seeing that's where the empty space is.
Seattle not coming down with the same gusto on that pull. Letting Oakland start early. Over the top. Seattle with the chance here to cut into the lead. Oh. It's a nice day to sail in Seattle, but not the Frisbee. Maxig. Now Lung. Burns. He's played great today.
Because there are not 10 yards that the Spiders can advance, they get to advance to the goal line as well as centering the disc. Cascades not trying to put in a timer.
That was an unfortunate mishap by Worthington. As Burns gets another one in the end zone.
Oakland still up by 2. Finding energy, celebrating with each other, looking to each other for energy.
That was an unfortunate mishap by Worthington there. A high stall count, getting that foul. Lets them center it. Equals to this.
Burns looked like he was having fun out there.
Oh yeah. Morad gains as many yards as he can. Now to Martin. Back to Morad. Big gainer to Ronick. Now Lee. To Lofink.
Cascades offense collapsing on the far side of the field. They need to spread out again.
Morad fires it. Ooh, Chang leaves his feet. Unsuccessful. Lofink to Tommy Lee. Seattle cuts into the lead. Oakland up 1 now, 14-13.
If we look at league leaders for their plus-minus rating, so plus-minus, if you're on the field and your team scores, you get a plus. If you're on the field and your team gets scored on, you get a minus. We have Tommy Lee, who is in the top 10, along with Zeppelin Ronig and Mikey O'Brien. But I think that, you know, what you saw here out of Tommy Lee, it's a plus-minus rating of 14 going into this game. You know, it's those sorts of plays, finding opportunities in small spaces, and, you know, those cross-field hammers that are opening it up.
Yeah.
That even if he's not, you know, as high in some of the other stats, it's those little things that Lee is contributing to this offensive line.
It's like if you look at an engine, like the alternator is important.
Starting with that double team on the sideline.
Insta hammer. Worthington giving chase. Can't get there.
Burns again.
Seattle hustling back. It wasn't an insta score like in years past. Now Valley. Ooh. It's a long with a little wave. Oakland back up 2.
Just over 3 minutes left in the third quarter. Oakland up 15-13. That's kept that same goal differential for the entirety of this quarter so far. At this point in time, you can see that the field is now mostly covered in shade.
Oh yeah.
And the offensive possessions have the sun behind them so that they're not looking into the sun like they were before. I think that's really what made a difference in the Spiders, you know, getting their string of breaks late in the first half against Cascades. Cascades were playing offense looking into the sun. Now both teams are playing offense with the sun behind them.
Seattle losing yards in hopes to gain it.
This is a fun defensive look from Oakland. Really optimizing their use of the double teams. Fogging up the middle of the field in this junk set.
Ooh. Jack Brown squeaked it through. Tommy Lee zips it across to Ronig. Now to Loafing. Oh, too high. Oakland with a chance to add to their lead. Jinkies up to Burke. Burke. Ball in Font. Gets free 10 yards here. Timeout called by Oakland.
Stall count rising, offense sort of stalling out downfield. Opportunity for a break. That's a recipe for a good timeout call.
Oh yeah. Man, there are some emotions being displayed here from both sides. Wow.
What emotions do you see? Tell us about them.
I just see a bunch of chips, you know, like an appetizer. I want to get to the main course here, which is the fourth quarter. Yeah. People poking their chest out. We'll see if it works out. Just over 2 minutes remaining. Oakland with a chance to go up by 3 here. Very important, pivotal end of the third coming up. Seattle looks like they're setting up a double in the hands of Magsig.
And setting up their own junk look. Clearly a set defensive look.
Rainbows it in to Burns. Seattle back into person now. Long collects it. Scuba over the top, it's falling down. Sweeney gets a hand on it, but Oakland comes down with it. That's Thorne with another one.
That's a break.
That is a break. Oakland now at 3. Woo!
Thorne's ready. Thorne wants it. Thorne is hungry.
Oh yeah.
And Seattle is complacent and starting to internally combust. Just enough little things that are going wrong. They need to find their belief in themselves to recenter, to ground them against this really strong push, being led by players like Thorne here.
Yep. Okay, they didn't lay down. Now what?
Spiders with the momentum right now.
Indeed. Shoots it through. Ronig. Uh-oh. A little tip on that. Moon ball. Jack Brown, the safety valve. Wow. What can Brown do for you?
Everything.
Save the day. Foster with nobody on him.
Stall doesn't count till there's a mark. One minute remaining.
Spencer Lofink. Back to Foster. To the back corner. Jack Brown. Brings it down. Ooh, Seattle back down 2 now.
Tell us about Jack Brown.
Jack Brown, man, he's got hops, I'll say that.
At the University of Washington. Has been on Team USA as a youth player.
Oh yeah.
Has really developed on the Seattle Cascades. Played his first season of the Seattle Cascades in 2019. And has developed on this roster, and I think is such a great example of the investment in community that the Cascades as a program has made. You have players like Brown and Munoz who have grown up on this program, and this has really been their access to elite level ultimate and showcasing using these opportunities.
Oh, the Seagulls playing defense. Frankenberg, sure-handed. Valley survey. Under 30 seconds now. Burns. With the aloe vera. Gets it around. Frankenberg. Under 20. 10 seconds now. Oh, Munoz leaves his feet. Nothing doing. Chris Long puts it to the end zone. Sweeney unable to get there. Oakland retains their 3-point lead with 3 seconds left on the clock.
That was really excellent time management by Oakland. They wore down the clock until the very end. 3 seconds. It gives Seattle enough time to put up a Hail Mary, and it secures their 3-point lead. 17-14.
Shout out to the Bay. I see the Smees.
Really nice touch from Long there.
Yeah.
Thorne coming down with another one. It's at least his 4th goal this game.
At least. Thorne really sticking it to him.
Spiders starting intelligently with a trap. Making it really hard to get off the big play.
3 seconds. Doesn't get there. Oakland, 3 points up. The score is 17-14 as we head into the fourth. Anything can happen here, folks. Woo.
Dominant performance from Oakland in this third quarter, really taking the momentum. Seattle not able to respond. What's going to happen in this last quarter? Stay with us. We'll be right back.
This Saturday, the Oakland Spiders and Seattle Cascades are ready to compete in the UFA playoffs. Winner advances to Salt Lake City for the West Division title game. Opening poll set for 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific, as the Spiders and Cascades square off live on WatchUFA.tv.
Welcome back. UFA. Woo. Oakland on top of Seattle by 3. Heading into the fourth. The pull goes up. Sawyer Thompson gets us started.
Oakland did a great job with clock management, securing the break right before the end of that third quarter. Score is 17-14.
Foster to Morad through the contact. Now loafing, lets it go, it's low. Woo, Mikey O'Brien sure-handed that. Tommy Lee hops it in. Seattle starts off with a goal. Hold on.
That's the kind of hole that Seattle needs to put together.
Let's go, Skates!
Yeah, I was just thinking, Seattle hasn't really been taking many shots.
They have a lot of playmakers. They have a lot of shot takers. They can do it.
Yeah.
But I think that it speaks to the Spiders' defense. It's been limiting a lot of the opportunities and forcing the Cascades to take their, second and third choices. It's nice to see O'Brien moving over this O-line. I think he has been pretty impactful. He's like a relative unknown going into the season, but has put up such big stats. Other teams are taking notice.
Definitely. There we go. There's the gusto getting down there on the pull. Goss and Lynn, the duo. Around to Lung. Frankenberg has Wolf on him. Magsig.
Spiders in a standard vertical stack here.
Oh. Burns.
Again, loving their inside shots.
Jasper Dean collects a block. Tony Goss brings it back in bounds. With the break opportunity, Seattle calls a timeout with a chance to get it to within 1 early in this fourth. Not playing no games. O-line, your turn.
You can't afford to miss these opportunities right now. This is the point of the game where those little execution errors have a really big impact.
What are we doing? Winter, but you two are back.
Those faces
So you bought the ball.
are the faces of the players who've been playing the O-line.
Great motion.
Who you trust in these high pressure situations. Morad, who can sometimes be a little bit streaky, has had a pretty consistent game.
For sure. Rodnick has been good, gaining downfield, not necessarily going deep, but coming under.
Jack Brown ready for that crossfield hammer from Foster, standing pretty all alone. He's had a great game himself.
Morad.
Spiders players trying to get it to be called down. Foster disagreeing. Wondering if the ref buckled to the pressure from the Spiders sideline. Everyone yelling at him to call it down. Head ref Bartlett saying this is where the disc needs to come in.
Bowman needs an option.
Stall count rising.
Really attacking this side. Lays it out. Ronick peels off.
Kearns with another one of those insides. They are high risk, high rewards for Oakland right now. They are A, how they've scored many of their points, and B, have led to costly turnovers like that one.
Martin sends Ronick. Zeppelin Ronick with the bookends. Dewey Decimal, how do you do?
17 goals on the season for Ronick.
Count him up. Garrett Martin on his heels, but gets an assist to add to his total. Yeah, talk that talk, Zep.
For the amount of celebration that's going on here, you would think this would be a break for Cascades. And it is.
Oh yeah. Hate to break it to you, except they would love to do that again.
We got
C-Town, D-Town, chats.
It's really great that we have those O players out for that break because of that critical timeout call. So even though there was that initial turnover on the questionable up-down, that O-line was still able to get it done.
Ian Sweeney with a moon ball, lands in bounds. Munoz goes for it, doesn't get it. Lung puts it on a platter. The peaks and valleys, comes down with it in the end zone for another one. A quick answer. Who's that? That Jake Thorne. Another one.
Yes, it is.
Back and forth we go. Sorry, go ahead.
I think Lung hasn't gotten enough credit. The smoothness and the consistency of his throws has really made a difference. You know, allowing players like Valley and Thorne to do this stuff in the end zone, but you know, made possible by the work of Lung in the backfield.
It's been solid for them for years.
See the fist there, amping his team up.
Oh yeah.
Proud of his contributions. It is 18-16, Oakland up by 2 with just over 9 minutes left in this game.
Loafing, fearless, catches it. Garrett Martin with the bobbles. Through the middle, O'Brien.
Some switching happening. Briefly left Lee open.
Sends it deep. Woo! Jason Valley gets the stat, but an excellent box out there.
Really great pressure from Oakland to force that.
Looking to go back up 3 now is Oakland. Just over 8 minutes remaining. Their spidey senses are tingling. O'Brien leaves his feet. Nothing doing. A double. Low-key triple. Now through the middle. Oakland.
With the break!
Mm-hmm.
First break of this quarter for Oakland, responding to Seattle's break earlier. That makes it, gives them back their 3-goal lead. It's where they want to be sitting. Looking very likely that Oakland will be able to return the favor that Seattle gave them last week of a loss at home.
Yeah, a lot of pride on the line. Playoff positioning, jockeying. High intensity stuff here at the UFA. upper left.
You can see Coach Dan Silverstein on the screen there, joined by co-head coach Nancy Freitas. Dan doing a lot of the offensive systems for the Oakland.
Foster gets it through. Attacks the double. Swinging around.
Injury on the field. He looks real hurt. Clock is stopped, play is stopped. You know, it's one of the things that I appreciate about this sport is, you know, the space created for moments like this. That what matters right now is not the flow of the game, not who's winning, not who's losing, but the care for our fellow human beings. We want to make sure they're okay. We want to do right by them.
Nobody exemplifies that more than Mark Munoz.
Yeah, and you can see him, you know, trying to figure out where he should be, how he can be involved in that. Wants to make sure his player's okay.
Robin Vickers Batzdorf jogging off.
Sending love to RVB. Hope he's okay. Going to the trainer.
Foul, 10 yards. Munoz walks it up. Seattle in a vert. Sweeney slashing.
Nice poach in that lane from Oakland to clock that up.
Lucas Ambrose, relatively quiet today. Munoz sends a rocket. Garrett Martin trailing edge. Woo! Add to the total. Seattle back within 2.
That was an unreal grab by Martin. Your team needs some hype? I'm Garrett Martin. I'm here for you.
I thought Munoz put a little too much on it, but not for Garrett Martin.
Still trailing behind Ronick by 1 for those league-leading goal stats. The trailing edge is really incredible. Trailing edge bid. Phenomenal play by Martin. In his second season with the Cascades, such a big get. He's really, you know, captain this year. He's been a really significant, impactful voice.
Maxig sends it.
Responding with another big hop.
Wow. Through the contact. Dumps it back to Valley. Oh, just leave your feet, why don't you? Max Williams. Fingers on the double. Oh. Goss on the Maxig assignment. The lefty over the top. Make it drop. Williams. Goes crazy that point. Puts the total back up to 3 with just over 6.5 remaining in the game.
Heart is on the line here. Both teams tipping discs, going for second efforts. Spectacular athletic plays. Throwing their body around.
You gotta want it. Oh, Tony Goss gets that left paw on it, but not quite enough.
Masick really enjoying that lefty high release.
Oakland loves this corner right here. Why not? Keep going to the well. As the pull goes up, some great loft. Like a high-rise apartment.
Oakland doesn't need to do anything fancy here. With just over 6 minutes remaining in this game and they're up by 3, they just need to keep putting their consistent pressure on, clogging up those lanes.
Foster sending Ronig. Giving chase with the left hand, goes up. Peekaboo. Zeppelin Ronig answers for Seattle. Some height, look at him.
Third goal of the game for Ronig. You know, you're trying to keep him from going deep, but Ronig still finds a way.
The UFA veteran now. Not just a young guy anymore.
Two defenders, not a problem. Slices right between them. Really nice trust touch throw from Christian Foster there. Knowing that Ronig is going to come down with it. You know your receiver, trust your teammates.
Plays to the crowd. Does the same celebration. It's the little things, the details. Just like this pull, getting a good hang time, letting Munoz get down there. It lands in bounds. Goss is gonna set a mark 10 yards into the end zone. Long dumps it back. Oh, good pressure on the swing. That was Leahy. Back to Long. Calm, cool, collected. Magsig lets it go. Ambrose gets a finger on it.
There's the block for Ambrose.
There we go.
His first block of the game. Critical juncture for it to happen. 5 minutes left.
Timely block.
Down by 2.
Timely block.
And I think having Sweeney on this D-line will be really important for the Cascades because I think that he has the experience to piggyback this offensive possession.
Leahy holsters, attack. Oh. Unfortunate drop there by Seattle. Oakland with a second gasp at it. Here's Thorne. Long. In rhythm. Swinging it. Burns.
More of those
Great
inside.
touch. Wow. Oakland is cooking right now. 21-18 now. With just over 5 remaining.
Long on the scoring end of things instead of the throwing end of things this time.
Take some deep breaths, folks, with your lungs.
I like that Coach Silverstein is wearing a lung jersey. He knows where to rep.
Oh yeah. Now if you're Seattle, you have to have the mental fortitude to fight through. There's still some time left. I'm going to say a lot of time, but there's still some time left. So.
But we've been trading. We're trading one break each side, and otherwise trading offensive holds. Some of them are messy offensive holds. There have certainly been opportunities for breaks, but they haven't been closed. And so Oakland is still up by 3 as we come into the second half of this fourth quarter. The field is now fully covered in shade, so there's no more of that messy sunlight that's going on in any of the players. Wind is really pretty much non-existent.
Here's Morad. Tommy Lee. A real game changer. Sends Martin with a chase. Wow.
Kearns with the block. You're calling Kearns old? No, Kearns is experienced. He can still get those blocks.
Better check the book of Eli.
Stays calm in the double team.
A push pass. Love to see it. Rips it. Does it come back? Staying in the line. Oh, gets a finger on it. Jack Brown picks it up quick. Here's Ronig. Seattle getting organized.
Ronig playing in the backfield. Injury called. Foster had continued playing, not seeing the player down behind him. Looks like a hamstring cramp.
Like his shoulder.
Maybe both. I appreciate the camaraderie Christian Foster stepping in, helping out until it's taken over by his teammates. We are here in beautiful Memorial Stadium, part of the Seattle Center, created for the 1964 World's Fair. We have the Space Needle behind us. We have the Museum of Pop Culture in our viewscape as well. We have the new Seattle Kraken Stadium within a mere block or two from us. We are in the heart of downtown Seattle. It's a beautiful place, beautiful evening for an ultimate game.
Oh yeah.
Ref's having a conversation with Coach Kelly Johnson. Lots of opinions about the ways this game has been reffed. When I was getting some water during halftime, I could hear some of the Spiders players making some comments. Both teams feeling like their teams are not being treated fairly.
Morad scoops it. Getting back to the action here. Foster. Good shoulders. Now Lee. Hammer dump. Just get it done. Good looper cut. Shoots it through the middle. Derek Morad. Seattle back down 2 now.
That was a crafty throw by Jack Brown. Tommy Lee throwing more over the top than flat.
No need.
But this little inside from Brown, slicing it through for Morad. Morad being saucy. We're happy you're back, Jack Brown. We have missed you in the first couple games for the Seattle Cascades.
Shout out Green Gatorade. The pull goes up. Worthington. Tommy Lynn hustling.
21-19. Oakland up by 2.
Valley puts it out in front. Long. Really putting his print on this game here. Just by possessing. Ooh. Ambrose takes the inside. Nothing there. Around to Lung in the middle of the field. Oakland content with keeping the disc here. Woo! As soon as I say that, they give it up. Seattle with a chance to cut it in half. With just over 2.5 remaining, Tony Goss to pick up.
Seattle needs to move precisely and with urgency.
Timeout, Seattle. 2.5.
That's the last timeout that Seattle has. They have no timeouts remaining left in this game.
Gotta have it. Gotta have it.
Intentionally putting on this O-line. I would expect Oakland to come out with one of their sort of junk sets to muck up whatever plays Seattle is planning. Putting out a traditional Seattle offensive line. This is really...
Ooh, this is what the people came to see.
It is. Up by 2, opportunity to only be up by 1. Playing both against yourself, the other team, and the clock.
And the do homage to the Oloni. Foster, no double here.
Yeah, not a junk, tight person.
Sends it, Jack Brown going. That's a good idea. Seattle with a big break. With 2 minutes, 20 seconds just about left on the clock. Woo!
Clock management, we'll do it in 1 pass.
Oh yeah.
And you had Ronna back there to back up Brown if he needed. Jack Brown didn't need help, but it was there just in case something weird happened.
Foster ripping it.
Foster Foster's been a really critical addition to the Cascades this year. His ability to rip it, those standstill pucks just like that, huge difference maker, adds a whole level of depth to the O-line. He's been super reliable for the Cascades so far.
The crowd is being activated. Oh, they can sense it's coming down to the wire here. Oh, good hustle. Laying out. Yo. Dun-dun-dun. Put that on ESPN. When you ever see a ref lay out? Oh.
That's some blown coverage.
Thorne not in, but left all alone. Push pass. Too spicy. Uh-oh. Seattle with a chance with 2 minutes remaining. No timeouts. They have to go. Worthington now. Ambrose.
Can the C-line walk at the whole field?
O'Brien. Sure hands. Now Worthington through the contact. Up to Dean. The crowd is feeling it. Needs an option. Oh no. Chris
Too
Long.
excited. Injury timeout. Thorne coming off the field. Kearns coming on the field.
Seattle had their chance. Let's see if they can cause another one. Oakland sending it off the rip. It's a foot race. Not in. Frankenberg on the doorstep. Leaves it out in front. And Jason Valley collects the goal. What a swing that was. Oakland now up 2 with a minute 14 remaining. Off the rip.
What a put by Magsic.
These two teams get guaranteed to be a 2-1 goal game at the end. Either way. Wow.
You know, Oakland's final score was 21-20 against Portland last night. Seems like that's about the sweet spot for them. Foster starting off with the double team again.
We're at DeFoster. Hammer over the top. Jack Brown.
Not only does Seattle need to score this, but they need to score it quickly to have a chance of getting a second one before time expires.
Oof. Last second hammer. Lee. Hammers again. Zeppelin Ronig. Here the hammer or the nail. And Tommy Lee nailed it there. Seattle now down 1 with 45 seconds remaining.
Ronig with his 4th goal.
Numbers.
That was an offensive hold for Cascades. 46 seconds. They need to put out their tallest, their best to get a short field stop to put it in and tie up this game for the end of regulation.
Back-to-back hammers.
I would like the stats on Tommy Lee's throws this game. I would hazard that greater than 50% of them have been upside down. Starting off with the double team, trying to put that pressure on early.
The pressure is on. Long toes it in. Goss leaves his feet. You have to at this moment. Oakland looking at the clock.
Trying to waste time.
Content with keeping it. Couple more passes.
They know they don't have to score. They just have to run out the clock.
Oh, that was the one, I think.
Seattle has to force the turn here.
They have to dig. 15 seconds, a couple more throws, and that's it. Oof.
Time for Goss to get a Callahan.
One more throw will do it. And that's it. Oakland comes to Seattle and returns the favor. Wow.
22-21. Oakland takes the game. Whew. Really close competition. Oakland started off slow, but showed that they had the heart to be able to push. Seattle still a lot to be proud of in this performance.
Yes, with two of their leaders not here, they still put out an excellent performance. Going to the wire with Oakland. These two teams trade. Man.
So they end their 2-week series 1-1, each handing a defeat to the other at home. This is going to be the matchup to watch. These two teams are really duking it out for positionality within the West Conference.
Yep. We'll see how the rest of the season unfolds. I'm Zigno Zag.
I'm Charlie Mercer.
And man, that's been the UFA. We'll see you.
This Saturday, the Oakland Spiders and Seattle Cascades are ready to compete in the UFA playoffs. Winner advances to Salt Lake City for the West Division title game. Opening poll set for 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific, as the Spiders and Cascades square off live on WatchUFA.tv.